have with them, all fear. I get it. But somewhere along the way, he has to sit down. Black folks have loved and revered this man for decades. He was the closest thing to perfection, no apology necessary. I'm just saying, a lot of folks ain't get over that. A lot of folks find it hard to just go to the movies to watch you. I'm one of those people.
Stephen A. Smith, and me, from my perspective, made some very outlandish comments about Will Smith and him needing to, like he owes the public an apology or a statement about what he did to Chris Rock. He's already apologized privately to Chris Rock, right? Whatever tip that they have, that's on them. Like, that's not about
even though Tony Rock says that Will Smith never apologized to Chris Rock. I don't know the particulars. I know that he apologized publicly to the world, to Chris Rock, to Chris Rock's family.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, bro, if a grown man gets smacked, that don't have anything to do with me.
Got nothing to do with me.
All right, that's not a representation of the guy smacking the other guy. Ain't a representation of me and my family. The guy getting smacked surely is not a representation of me or my family.
I agree.
And I think in this moment where we have an iconic series, you know, Fast and Furious did their thing. They got 15 movies. After like 5, I couldn't watch it no more. I don't even know. They jumping out of airplanes with cars and stuff. Just ridiculous. Not even realistic no more. But shout out to them because they get people to keep coming back and buying tickets. Yep. But seeing a film in our community like Bad Boys and how big of a deal it is. Bad Boys is probably, we would have to look at the numbers, but within our community, it's probably one of the highest grossing films of all time. When you look at the series of films, the original Bad Boys 2, 3, and Ride or Die, because Ride or Die made $104 million first weekend, and they only spent $100 million on it. So it's overperformed already, and it's doing its thing. So for Stephen A. Smith to feel like this is the time for him to make a comment about the whole Chris Rock thing, listen, I like Stephen A. Smith, for the most part, but I just think at this point he started to just kind of talk out of turn, bro. Like, it's just like he's saying all kinds of things that I just want to hear you talk sports, bro. And it's probably people that follow us that just want to hear us talk sports. But we're talking about this because Stephen A. Smith is tangential to the sports. Yeah. And it's just like, bro, sometimes you got to just shut up, bro. Yeah. You know, and this ain't one of those shut up and dribble comments because he doesn't dribble. But sometimes you gotta just shut up, dog. Like, I don't even understand what his whole point was with throwing that out there. But what's your thoughts on it, Doug?
He has a pretty prevalent platform, and he's starting to transition into his whole little late night talk show situation. But I think Stephen A. is looking for polarizing clips where he can draw in the audience and stir up controversy. Because for me, I feel like it's forced. With Shannon Sharp, it's organic, it's natural for him to have some very interesting takes because he's letting it happen, again, naturally through his interviews and such. And I just think Stephen A. Smith is trying to cross over into a lane that he's not really built for, if you ask me. Shannon Sharp is, to me, he's super organic. I mean, you're talking about a guy that had Black and Miles on air with Diet Mountain Dew and a do-rag on, with a bottle of yak on the desk.
He ain't really doing that no more, but it was, so I got some thoughts on that. We'll talk about that at another time, but
I'm not doing stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, Stephen A. is ESPN's guy. He makes very pivotal decisions about what is said on air, right?
Well. Okay, so I'm gonna delve into it a little bit since we're talking about it. Yeah, Shannon Sharp wasn't doing that on ESPN.
Well, yeah, he's not doing that now because he had to clean it up.
Right.
But we're talking about it. But he knows, right? But he has displayed this already. He's already displayed this. Stephen A is trying to show more of that side.
He displayed it, but it's like, monkeying around to get the attention. And I mean, like I said, the Black and Miles, the do-rag and stuff, like, again, people kind of joked about it, but it's really like, it's not a good look to me. Like, what? Because who like kind of, pushed that? Like, why was that a thing? And then why are you not doing that now? You know what I'm saying? Why are you not doing that now? So it's kind of like, was that ever really a thing, or was that just something to go viral? But that's neither here nor there. So I agree with you on the whole, organic and authentic lens that Club Shay Shay moves with versus the whole.
Yeah, I definitely think that the stuff that Shannon Sharp does, of course, like, bro, whenever you have to work for somebody, regardless entrepreneur or not, you're gonna work for somebody. And there's a certain standard that you have to have, and you tailor that standard based on that person's need or that entity's need. And I think that's what he's doing now on ESPN. But even his nightcap stuff, and like, bro, like, I feel like he's letting his guard down for the most part from his daytime job and really being himself on air on the nightcap and Club Shay Shay and such. I just think that Stephen A is trying to do that, but he's already been at that level where, like, we see Stephen A for who he is, and he's just not Shannon Sharp. And so I think he's just trying to get those polarizing takes to draw interest, but I don't think it's working for him.
So what were your thoughts on the Will Smith comment specifically?
I don't think he has anything to say to us. He don't
owe me nothing.
He don't owe me anything. I think, bro, he apologized publicly. To your point, he did it on Instagram. Like, bro, think about, Will Smith has been a celebrity for so long. It has been relevant for so long. I'm surprised. Like, this is like, really, besides the Red Table Talk, this is the only thing that Will Smith has ever done that has been egregious. This is the only thing. I'm turning the cheek. That's just me.
Like Chris Rock did.
Yeah. Now, he got a lot of class, but I'm not. When it comes to that, we scrapping.
Oh man. I mean, like,
scrapping.
I could have waited until we got backstage.
You'd have waited?
I mean, I don't listen. Everybody say what they would have did, but you don't really know until you in that scenario. And I know, like, again, the first thing everybody would have said, "Oh, it couldn't be me." But it's just like if somebody slapped you at work. Like, I'm gonna be so dumbfounded in the moment that it's like, did you just slap me? So
it's tough. It's tough because when I think about Chris Rock, and I don't know Bruh's finances, but it is plausible that Bruh is well taken care of. And he has true financial freedom. Now, we all have a public image that we want to maintain. And Chris Rock, again, has never really been in trouble. Like, I haven't really seen anything about Chris Rock. Clean career for the most part.
I'm glad he didn't do it, though. Like, we make jokes about him just getting slapped and it couldn't be me and all that.
Tough, man.
But I'm glad he didn't do it because that would have only made things worse, bro. The last thing we would have needed is Will Smith and Chris Rock up there scrapping on stage. That like, I mean, him getting smacked is one thing, and I mean, people still talk about it, but the image isn't quite like ingrained in my head, right? Like, I can take some time and I can recall it and I can see it now, but it's not just sitting there in my head.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about it every day.
If he would have retaliated, all we would have been thinking about is, dang, Will Smith really just kicked Chris Rock's ass on TV. That
Maybe
and that's the worst too, because
Rock kicked Will Smith's ass on national TV.
not happening, man. Will Smith not a little guy. I know people make a lot of jokes about him and everything, but I mean, you know, you watch Everybody Hates Chris. This is based on his real life to some extent. I mean, so I'm being real. So the last thing you want is for a guy to smack you in front of everyone, and then you try to defend yourself, and then he whoop on you after he done smacked you. Like
I never underestimate anyone. He might know some shit, T. He might know some shit.
I know he don't know nothing about the weight room, and he frail. And if you go see Bad Boys Ride or Die, you know Will and Martin both been working out. So I don't listen. I know some people might know some things, and you never want to underestimate anyone. But
never.
I'm telling you though, I don't. One thing I know is that if there's somebody that is definitely probably going to beat on you, the last thing you want to do is do anything to get it to that level that they go all out. So I think he did the right thing. I think he did the right thing, bro.
Hey, when we talking about levels, we trying to get to another level. So listen, y'all need to comment. What do y'all think? Stephen A. Smith out of pocket? We think he is, but let us know what you think. With that being said, give us that CLS treatment. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.